I've asked her to reach out to her attorney, but doesn't want to. Yeah? You can go ahead and contact the records department.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was your name?
Monica.
Okay. I told you, Monica, that I was purposely trying to establish the criminal behavior with the court. So I would like you, I gave you the case number, M1917200, and you're denying to give me...
And I told you that case was dismissed December of 2019.
I just simply want to know...
information to what the case is, you can contact the records department.
Why are you denying me information on the case?
Because I don't have the records, ma'am. Those records are in the records department. The case was dismissed.
Okay, so all you have is a case dismissed. You don't have why I was not able to go to court.
No, ma'am, I don't see that information.
Well, the attorney is corrupt, so like I said, I'm trying to establish a pattern that the government is committing crimes. And you're making it difficult by the fact that you won't tell me what you see.
You can contact the records department to get the information that is in the records for that case.
Okay, what's the records department number, ma'am?
That number is 214.
Okay.
653. 214-653-5950.
And they can give me the record.
Let them know with the case number that you're looking for the records for that.
Okay, and what are you?
We are a court of appeals.
Okay, because I was told by another party to call this number, and now you redirected me to another number. Okay, yes, let's see how this works.
Okay.
Cisco Unity Connection Messaging System. From a touch-tone telephone, you may dial an extension at any time. For a directory of extensions, press 4. Otherwise, please hold for an operator. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished,
and then they don't call me back.
Pound for more options.
Office?
What did I call?
The Public Defender's Office. Could you hold, please?
Okay. I've been on hold a while. That's how long I've been on hold. They answered the phone and said, please hold. This is the Public Defender's Office. They told me to call the attorney because that court don't want to incriminate themselves. So they're forcing me to get information from this corrupt attorney, putting it on him. So the court's not incriminated. Yes. Did you have someone in the office? Not quite sure why I was on hold.
I'm sorry, you're looking for who?
I was on hold. What was I on hold for?
This is the Public Defender's Office.
Well, I was on hold for almost 10 minutes.
Okay, yes, we have a lot of calls coming in. Is there anyone that here represents you? Or?
I wanted some information on this case number.
Okay. What's the case number?
M1917200.
M1927.
917.
917.
Right. 200.
200?
That's correct.
Okay, and are you looking for an attorney, or do you have an attorney with the office?
I just gave you the case number.
No, I'm not showing anything here.
For M19, M like Mary, 1917. 200.
That is for Kayana Clark?
Right.
Okay, and you need to speak with the attorney, Randall Scott?
I wanted to know, as I initially stated in this call, if I can get information on the case.
No, we don't give any information on your case, you have to contact your attorney for
Okay.
that information.
Okay, this is a public defender. May I know your position?
This is the public defender's office. My name is Connie.
And may I know
I'm
your
the person
position?
that answers the phone.
Your position?
The front desk.
Okay. So now, when you're wanting to know the status of your case, you can't call the court. There's no other opportunity to get information on your case outside of contacting an attorney?
You'd have to contact the court, or you can contact your attorney.
Okay.
In this case,
So hold on.
it's
I'm
Randall
just
Scott.
trying to make sure I dissect and understand. So if I want information on my case, I can contact the court. Do you have their number?
All right, let's see. MB. That's going to be court number 2.
Okay.
That number's 214
Okay.
653 5615.
Okay. So, okay, I'm not sure I call that number. Let's see. Okay, well, I can call that number. Now, I guess Randall Scott will call me regarding it to get information. I told him I was in jail on false charges and everything that was going on with the corruption and how they were mistreating me in jail and everything, and he wanted me committed. He said that I wasn't still competent to stand trial, and all he had to do was pull the body cam footage. So I'm not quite sure where his attorney skills went, because they had body cams on and he could see that I was arrested for trying to do a complaint at DART for abuse that I experienced from multiple drivers, lying and slandering me and scheming so I couldn't use transit. Then they concocted a criminal trespass for me using transit and wouldn't tell me what it was for. So I went to DART to see how someone can create a criminal trespass from nowhere. And instead of him looking at the body cam footage, he went along with them and said that I wasn't mentally competent to stand trial for a misdemeanor. If any of the parties involved, ma'am, if any of the parties involved, the DA and multiple other parties, all they had to do was see the body cam, and they could see this man detaining me for trying to report and do a complaint.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about your cases. You'd have to actually contact your attorney.
Well, this is what I'm trying to... maybe I'm not expressing myself properly. I don't know if he's going to...
I have a lot of other calls that are calling through. Hold on, please.
I call these people all day, and from call to call to call, they're covering for the crimes, and the only objective is can they convince someone that they're really trying to do their job. Will someone buy that this is an authentic call and we're not committing crimes? That's the only thing that matters. Because the bottom line, she's never going to get the services and the help, because we're controlling it. Unless someone intervenes and these people get the charges they deserve for these massive amount of crimes that are inexcusable. They answered and then put me on hold again. This is why they deliberately make it long. It's on purpose. This is a pattern from multiple calls. Yes. You there?
Yes, Randall Scott. That number is going to be 214 653 3534.
Okay, I was given this number for Randall Scott. I'm getting the runaround.
I'm sorry, who gave you that number?
A lady yesterday. Okay, so we're deflecting. We're deflecting. I want to know at a public defender's office.
This
While
is
there was
Randall Scott's office.
Okay, this is Randall Scott's office?
Right, that number for Randall.
What did I just call? What did I call? What are you?
The public defender's office.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do is get clarity, because if he had the ability to get body cam footage and see me being violated and covered for the crimes that were happening to me, why would I contact him? If the court and multiple other parties, all they had to do was take up their responsibility and look at the body cam footage of me trying to do a complaint, terrified for my life, how I was getting violated by multiple parties all over the place. If they failed to own up to their responsibility and look at the body cam footage, and instead of him looking at the body cam footage and representing me properly, he decided to go along with the crime and say I was mentally ill when I almost died in jail.
Okay.
So why would I talk to him if he represented
supervisor so they can help you, okay?
Okay, wait, let's make sure we have clarity because I don't want to keep contacting people that cover for crimes. So I want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. Why would I talk to him if he was covering for the crime that happened to me and would not review the body cam footage?
Do you need to speak with his supervisor so they can help you?
I don't know. Is that what I need? How do I do a complaint about him covering for the crime while I was in jail on false charges, and then he'll conspire to take my rights away and not covering for the crimes and not reviewing the body cam footage to represent me for being violated?
Like I said, I cannot help you. You need to speak with the attorney.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. This is the public defender's office?
Yes.
And I'm telling you one of the public defenders committed a crime and hindered a case which is criminal?
You're going to contact the supervisor. That's the person that can help you.
Okay, hindering the case is a crime. And having body cam footage of the crime happening, the police committing the crime is arresting me for trying to report my abuse on DART is criminal. Okay, so what's that number?
214-653-3543.
And what is the number? What is this for?
That's for the supervisor that can help you.
What's the supervisor?
Vicky Rice.
Vicky Rice. Yeah, let's see how. Ma'am, I've been getting transferred around all morning and not just all morning for years. All right, hello? Did she do a blind transfer? Why do so many parties do that? That's not appropriate. She didn't tell me she was transferring me, and I don't know what's going on. Why so many parties do this?
Vicky Rice is not available.
Voicemail,
Record your
and they
message
don't
at the
call
tone.
back.
When you are finished,
For
hang
years.
up or press pound for more.
Hello, Vicky. This is Kiana Clark. Please call me back. I'm forced to talk to Randall, and I had problems with him going along with criminal activity that happened to me that was showed on body cam footage. While he went along with the crime and said that I needed to go, I wasn't competent to stand court trial. He wouldn't have to determine my competency if he just would have reviewed the body cam footage. In the body cam footage, it showed me getting detained for trying to do arrested for trying to do a complaint on DART. And then the officer was so corrupt, he concocted a criminal trespass for me catching the bus to cover for more crimes and keep me from having access to go places on DART. But anyway, you can contact me back. I get calls, and then I get texts. You're rude. While I'm still in the call, I still haven't hung up. How do they know to interrupt? I've already stated that. It's more like that. If my abuser can hide behind a lot of people, doesn't that seem like that's what this is? He's angry and bothered that I'm fighting for my life because he's gratifying for him. He loves this abuse and the power that he's able to abuse. So anytime that it makes people kind of not want to go along with his crimes, it infuriates him when they incriminate themselves too much. So he can have his goons reach out, call, send texts through other people and get away with it year after year. Like I said, they used to send out people. If he was really mad, they come, are you okay? Do you want to hurt yourself? From nowhere. They did not care. I'd be in the hotel room, laying in the bed. They just come from nowhere with a scheme and knock on the door. They did not care from nowhere. Then I tried to use the computers at the hotel. They would malfunction. And I tried to report it because it was a consistent thing. Because I got at a hotel, I got on the blog. And I put the address on the blog for civil rights. And I requested an attorney and assistance in education. And I put the address because I was forced into homelessness. So I put the address, and that's why they wouldn't give me the mail. That is a felony. A whole post office denied my right to hold mail. My sister wouldn't give me my mail. She was terrified and wouldn't give it. I called the police on her. They covered for it. I did not get any mail from that location, putting my number on my address on a whole blog, writing multiple different parties, advocating for myself. I did a campaign. I would go to multiple businesses because I was homeless, trying to fax. The businesses would scheme and play games and not fax. True story. I went to a bank and what they did was they copied the paper. The paper was perfectly straight. They would play games and say, yeah, I'm having problems. I need to copy it. And I watched them. They were deliberately trying to get a copy because what I did, because they were trying to find out what I was reporting. So I would write it down so there would be no evidence because there was so many people covering for all the crimes everywhere. It was like enforcement teams that were deliberately trying to sabotage any avenues that I had to escape the abuse, like a task force. So what I did was I wrote out things as I went so they would not know what I was reporting. So I went to multiple businesses trying to fax, and they would copy it and play games and then say the fax didn't go through. So then they had all the information, the confidential information that I was trying to report to other agencies. So then I went out and bought a fax. I said, forget it, because they would not fax. I knew that they were lying. How can multiple different businesses get all my information and then say the fax, they couldn't do the fax, sorry. And I'm there 10, 15 minutes trying to fax, and they're playing games. So I bought the fax. The police showed up at Days Inn in Tyler. They were completely out of control when I wasn't recording. I mean, the things that they did, it sounds completely mentally ill. No one would ever believe it. Immediately, I'm in the hotel room. It takes them forever to even get me the hotel rooms, like someone setting something up. So I do need to reiterate, getting these hotel rooms, they hold me up and play games. I just don't immediately get the room. It takes a while. So maybe someone was doing something, and that's how they knew that the fax was sent. Well, I had pulled out the fax to interrupt that. But anyway, this is a pattern.